Ayo review family, keep it high, keep it tight. My name is Jay Morris, Review Guy, and I'm back again to bring you another video. And in this one, I'm going to be doing an album review, or I guess an EP review, for the new Avenged Sevenfold EP entitled Black Rain. So, I mean, what can't you say about Avenged Sevenfold? They've been doing this for a while. They're similar to a band like Metallica, bringing up heavy metal and this alternative heavy metal and kind of hard rock sound to prominence, getting radio play on heavy metal stations, rock stations, and I recently reviewed the Betraying the Martyrs cover track, Backcountry, from Avenged Sevenfold's album City of Evil, and in that I said that I like bits and pieces from Avenged Sevenfold discography. I really like their first two albums. A lot of City of Evil is pretty good, and I like kind of some tracks now and again after that. But this is a very interesting album to talk about because it is a kind of compilation of 4 tracks that were collaborations with the Call of Duty franchise, and I thought that was a neat concept. I mean, I know that even though I don't really play Call of Duty, I don't have many of the games, I do know that Avenged Sevenfold is a band that does collaborate with Call of Duty because, I mean, it fits. It really does fit. Avenged Sevenfold style fits that type of genre and really complements it well. And I like the concept. That's one of the most praiseworthy things. Funny enough, it's one of the most praiseworthy things on this album that I can find. And that's not really good. I'll come right out of the gate and say that Mad Hatter and Carry On, the first 2 tracks on the album, are really Avenged Sevenfold being underwhelming. That's the best way I can put it. I felt that ever since their first 3 albums, they've been trying their best to reinvent themselves, but they always end up falling into the same pitfalls and going back into kind of the mundane sounds that they had previously been embracing. And you get peppered throughout all of these tracks, old Avenged Sevenfold, and it really does make it exciting, it makes it fresh, but then they'll resort to their same kind of just epic, super macho, theatrical type of sound, almost like power metal type of sound that just to make it sound epic, like Dragon Force type of band sound. And I can't get behind it because it feels so ingenuous. It feels so just plastic. Like it's just, they're trying their best to they remind me a lot of a band like Imagine Dragons, just trying to meet their own status quo that they've made because they know it works. And who can blame them? Because wouldn't you, if you were in their position, be making the same type of music over and over? Because, I mean, why wouldn't they? Now, however, the 3rd track on the album, Not Ready to Die, is definitely a highlight for me. This is a 7-minute long beast, and M. Shadows even brings in some of those metalcore-inspired vocals that were prevalent on their first 2 albums near the end of the track, and you get it's a very heavy track. It's one of the heavier tracks that I've heard from Avenged Sevenfold in a while, and I know it's a compilation album, so if this is a previous song that was on, a while back, I guess that would make more sense, but you can tell me in the comment section below if you're a fan of the Call of Duty games and would know that. But I really enjoy the almost alternative metal / metalcore influences that this song brings to the table because I think that it's done to a good effect. And I would like to hear Avenged Sevenfold go more in this direction sometimes because I think that when they do go for these longer songs, which they have before, they've went for some long songs. I'm thinking of the album The Stage that they released in, I believe, 2016. They did some of that type of stuff where it had almost a progressive metal type of influence. But for them going for this 7-minute long track, I think it's really good. And it's very spicy, it's very flavorful, and I don't think they forsake the quality by going at this length. I think that they work in tandem together. I don't think that these 7 minutes feel like a waste at all. I feel like they work together, and the quality stays up to snuff throughout the entire 7 minutes that this track runs for, and it's a very praiseworthy track in my opinion. Jade Helm finishes up the album. It's an instrumental. It's very just Avenged Sevenfold. It feels epic. It feels theatrical. It feels out there, over the top. It feels like a play. It feels like, and that's the best way I can put it, like a play. Like if you took a heavy metal band and said, write this soundtrack for a play, I'm sure that exists somewhere. Plays do everything. But it ends the album on an interesting note. I mean, I probably would have maybe preferred to swap around this track and the first track and then put Not Ready to Die at last. Maybe like put this instrumental to start the album as kind of a building point and then end the album on Not Ready to Die. I feel like consistency wise that could have maybe done better if you had the instrumental and then the 2 tracks and then like the epic beast. But to be honest, since all the tracks are in one place, it's not really something that I'm going to like complain about. It's just a consistency type of thing. But I mean, I guess it finishes off the album in a good note. I wasn't that into the track. It kind of goes back to the original issue that I had with the other 2 tracks, where it's trying really hard. It's trying to be Avenged Sevenfold status quo, and I mean, for trying to be Avenged Sevenfold status quo, they do it well. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna give this album a 5 out of 10. I would have given it a below average score if not for Not Ready to Die, but I can give it a kind of middle of the road score because I just feel like it's there. It's middle of the road. It exists. It wouldn't be something that I'd go back to. Not Ready to Die, I'd probably listen to that track again, but it was very middle of the road. They have technical prowess. M Shadow's vocals are good, and overall, I get their gimmick. I get why they do what they do, and I want to hear what you guys think as usual, so you can post in the comment section below what you thought of this album, and you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will shout your channel out. It helps me out a lot, and I'll talk to you guys next time. But until then, my name is Jay Morris, a review guy, and I'm signing off saying farewell.